So today we're going to be announcing a programmatic collaboration between the South Street Seaport Museum and the Flagship Niagara League to operate the schooner Lettie G. Howard.
In 2018, Lettie G. Howard, 1893 Fredonia model fishing schooner, will make her trip up the Erie Canal and into Lake Erie. And here in Lake Erie, working with the two museums, she'll offer programming to the Erie community and farther afield as well.
Once the ship is here, we're going to be offering day sails, primarily right here out of the Erie Maritime Museum. Our goal is really to enhance the visitor experience of the people that are coming into the museum on a daily basis. We'll be offering 90-minute sails every single day. So if someone could come through the museum, check out what we have to offer, and then actually go for a sail at the end of the day. Beyond that, we're hoping to offer a tall ship summer camp, a day camp for students that are ages 10 to 14, so they can actually come down and get involved in sail trading, more in advance of what we can do in Niagara. In Niagara, people don't start until they're 14 years old. Now we can actually lower that age down to 10. In addition to the day sails we're going to be offering here at the Erie Maritime Museum, in addition to the tall ship summer camp we're going to offer for younger trainees, we're also hoping to hopefully a year from now, start up a 4-month high school semester program, which is something that hasn't existed in a number of years. And we think that there is a market for that, and we truly want to give students from this region, from Erie County, the opportunity to explore the Atlantic Ocean. They'll actually be able to start here and work their way all the way down the eastern seaboard and to get right down into the Caribbean, into Florida Keys, and really kind of explore that part of the country, but doing it from the platform of a sail training ship on Lettie G. Howard. And while they're doing that, they're also going to be taking their high school courses.
What's exciting about that particular program for us as well is that this is, as Captain Sabatini mentioned, a market that isn't served particularly well right now. There is a high demand for it. It's something that is life-altering as an experience for the students who participate in it, and it's tried and true, not just with other vessels, but Lettie herself has done these sorts of programs in the past. She's been as far south as Venezuela, certainly lots of time in the Caribbean doing this kind of thing before, so we're not reinventing the wheel here, but rather bringing back a program that's been highly successful before.
Yeah, like Jonathan said, having Lettie to be that platform really is unique because it isn't something new. Ships have been doing this for a long time. Lettie's been doing this, and Niagara is incapable of doing this. We can't leave the Great Lakes, and to have another platform to take us out into the Atlantic and really expand what we're doing really enhances everything we're trying to pull off here.
Lettie G. Howard is an 1893 Fredonia model fishing schooner, meaning that she's styled after a famous schooner called Fredonia. She was built in Essex, Massachusetts, and is the last of her type. The South Street Seaport Museum has had her for nearly 50 years, and she was the first vessel to be restored under the then newly implemented Secretary of the Interior standards. So she is a special boat in a lot of ways. Lettie is a leadership laboratory, she is a floating classroom, and she's a spectacular example of what sail training can do. So in bringing her here to Erie, she'll add to what the U.S. Brig Niagara is doing. Both of these vessels are award-winning sail training programs, and bringing these two together will add capacity here in Niagara to the Erie Maritime Museum and to the Flagship Niagara League, and will in addition give the South Street Seaport Museum a node really up here in Lake Erie. South Street Seaport Museum was founded in 1967 in an historic district that is actually really the birthplace of modern New York. So New York was a port before it was a city, and it grew as a port and grew as a financial district because of its connections through the Erie Canal. So the story that we tell at South Street is how New York became what it is via its watery connections to the world. And we exist in the original structures. We've got the buildings built in the early 19th century that were the first trade structures, really the first world trade centers of New York. And we have the vessels and the piers that represent that kind of trade. What's exciting for us, being a New York-based organization, but one that has national ramifications, national connections, is to make a connection here with another museum, similar mission, located at the other end of the canal that made New York possible.
So for the Flagship Niagara League, this gives us a chance to expand our operations. This is something we've been trying to do for many years. The Great Lakes has a finite sailing season, and we can't really do much past October 15th. So now with Lettie G. Howard, we have the chance to expand to nearly a year on operation. Now, here at home, we also get to expand what we offer the citizens of Erie and all the people that come into the Erie Maritime Museum. We get to give them a shorter day sail experience. Going sailing in Niagara is an excellent opportunity, an excellent experience, but it takes 4 or 5 hours. Now we have the opportunity to give someone that 90-minute experience of being out on the water. Waterborne activity is how any civilization became prominent or to move anything. So by giving these people just this one glimpse of what it's like to be on a ship really can change their perspective of how they look at life. So the Flagship Niagara League and the Erie Maritime Museum has the ability now to give a much broader experience to anybody that's coming through.